Hi, my name is Callie Gardner, and this is my TEL 200 Social Embeddedness class final. This is my video presentation. I am a 19-year-old educational studies major at Arizona State University. I work full-time at Starbucks Coffee Company as a shift supervisor. I normally do closings. I'm not a big fan of opening. I grew up always acting like the mom of the family. I would cook, I would clean, do the laundry, do extra things around the house that weren't necessarily my job, but I still did them anyway, including babysitting. This was simply because I was the oldest sister. I went from being the oldest of 7 to the oldest of 9 to the oldest of 3. I have 2 full-blooded brothers that I grew up with, and then I have half-siblings on both my ex-stepmom's family and my ex-stepdad's family, and then my current stepdad's family. I also have step-siblings and half-siblings as well. I've gone through 3 sets of divorced parents: mom and dad, dad and mom, mom and stepdad, stepdad and, mom and dad, mom and stepdad, dad and stepmom. As I gathered from the personality tests that I was able to take in this course, I'm constantly changing. When I thought that I was a Slytherin through and through from my Harry Potter house, I was actually a Hufflepuff, which I am not necessarily surprised to sort of say, but I took it again and I got Ravenclaw. So I'm constantly changing. Even if I have aspects of myself that remain like across the board. I know across the board I'm a very bubbly person, I'm very loyal, I help people find things, I still am the same person. And something is always changing, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. There are many things that have influenced my development. Anything from me being, the oldest of 7, to the many schools that I moved from, to the election of 2016, and to now. Commonly addressed in this course is Bronfenbrenner's ecological model that really breaks down the outside sources that impact development. Just like this, me being the oldest of 7 kids has an effect on me from this standpoint, where me having different schools in different neighborhood, and then the election of 2016. They all come to me in the middle. Tying it into my own experiences, I'm directly affected by the events listed above, in different rings of the ecological model. Another thing to know with things that influence development is the ACEs project. ACEs stands for the Adverse Childhood Experiences, and it has a big effect on children development. It's a checklist of 9 things. Those 9 things are including but not limited to verbal abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. I think I already said physical abuse. Having a parent or guardian in jail, losing somebody close to you. And I personally mark off like 4 or 5 of those things. These are big events in my life that have affected me, and they have affected me adversely. Even if they have not manifested that it's adverse just yet, they still could later in life. With that, I commonly attach myself to women emotionally. This is because I have a better relationship with women, most likely because I am more like-minded to them, and they can relate to me in a lot more senses than just one. However, I am engaged to a man, but my man thinks a lot like a woman. He is not a very fix-it mentality like most men are, but most men can come off as aggressive, and again with the fix-it mentality, not necessarily a helpful thing for my mind personally, since I am emotionally driven. I cry very easily, I anger very easily, and I also get very happy over really little things that may seem very minute. But, that's a good thing. Bring me some cupcakes and I'll be happy. This has also happened because I have had numerous accounts of child abuse, verbal and physical, I have either endured or witnessed in my younger years. My stepmom was extremely verbally abusive to me and actually caused an eating disorder in me because she would comment on the way my body looked in clothes and then would turn around and tell me to finish my plate of a large amount of food. My stepdad, ex-stepdad now, I watched him abuse my little brother physically, and that definitely had a tremendous effect on my mentality and how I want to be as a parent. As of now, my career stands as a primary education teacher, specifically in preschool or kindergarten education level. With this, I also would like to be a daycare coordinator or daycare employee by working, watching, and nurturing children always. By being a teacher, I can create a new generation of students. My interest of being motherly by nature, which I kind of was stuck with from birth, directly apply to this career choice. It directly impacts my community because I will soon be teaching the kids in my community and creating a new generation of teachers, astronauts, nurses, students, and a lot more other things. As a teacher, I cannot hold any sort of implicit bias, even if, as explained by Verna Myers, that it is something so natural to us humans that sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing it. I cannot be biased with my students or their parents, and strive not to be implicitly biased towards anyone as well. Before I'm able to have this career, I must first be able to provide for my family, current and future. As I'm engaged, I'm learning how to apply my professionalism and ability to communicate effectively to ensure that my marriage will be built on a healthy level of communication and an even balance of hard work and love. The same can be said for my schooling, as I cannot continue my education without remaining diligent and professional with each and every one of my professors. By understanding and evaluating myself and my future finances through salaries and the reality of the world, because things are expensive, I can better prepare myself for my career, my passions, my family life, and more. Thank you.